I'm really excited to get into these introductions and share with you who is going to be taking us through this conversation about moving from a corporate role into entrepreneurship. So we have Jessie Armenta. Jessie is a dynamic entrepreneur who at 43 has transitioned from a successful 13-year career in corporate management at Toyota Motor Sales, North America, to fulfilling their lifelong dream of entrepreneurship. After careful deliberation, they launched a cafe in 2019, which 2020 was a big year of change for everyone. And since then, they have expanded into food and catering despite the challenges that the pandemic brought on. Their journey is marked by resilience and adaptability and is a testament to the spirit of entrepreneurship. Jessie, we're so excited to have you here.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. All right, so we have so many good questions and things to get through, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Okay, so moving forward, Jessie, reflecting on your corporate experience, what specific skills have you found most valuable in your entrepreneurial journey?
So great question. So working at Toyota, sort of the way the company is structured is you're kind of structured as a generalist, meaning that you're constantly moving from different management roles, learning the sort of the breadth of the company and all the things that it does, and sort of how you can affect change and efficiencies. And I would say it was hard to see at the time, but what really I was learning, the skill that I was learning, is managing multiple different things at the same time. And that could not be more true than when you're an entrepreneur, right? You're everything from the bottle washer to the bathroom cleaner to the CEO to the accountant to you're managing all of these things, and you almost have to make sure you're comfortable with a constant level of being uncomfortable, right? You're if you're one of those people that everything has to be perfect all the time, that can get you in trouble really quickly in entrepreneurship, because sometimes 80% is the best you can do right now. So you do 80% in that thing, and then you kind of switch your mind over to doing another task that's equally as important. So being able to have multiple balls in the air at the same time and not beating yourself up for the need to be perfection, more about, like I was saying before, is just moving forward and continuing the momentum, not getting lost in the details. And I think corporate America, particularly at my company, taught me that pretty well, in that you have to be able to multitask all the time. So that's a huge one. But also I think leadership was really important in making sure that sort of your North Star as a manager is the people who work for you. And as an entrepreneur, that's another thing that couldn't be more important, particularly when you're customer facing. I can't always be there. And so my employees are the face of my business when I'm not there. And I truly believe that the way you treat your employees are the way they'll treat your customers. And so if you can make sure that you're leading by example and you're doing everything, not perfect, because perfect doesn't exist, but you're truly doing your best and you're learning from every single challenge and passing that on to your employees, I think it'll truly serve you well over time. And so for me, whenever something happens, I always try to reflect on, could I have done it better? And if so, sort of taking notes to make sure that when that comes up again, I've learned from from everything that I've done up to that point. So I would say those are two big ones: being able to multitask, and then leadership, I think, is really, really huge. And that's true whether it's 5 employees or 500.
Oh my gosh, I totally agree. And I think many people really resonate with the fact that when you get started as an entrepreneur, you're doing all of the things, you're wearing all of the hats. Yeah, you have been promoted, right? You are making coffee, you're the janitor, you are the manager, you're doing it all. And so understanding that those skills that serve you so well in your corporate job, they can be transitioned. And I also really love what you said about changing kind of your perspective for your employees and understanding that it's different now, but you can still use those same skills.
Yeah, I think so. I think being sort of that servant leader mentality again, especially when you're customer facing, at the end of the day, right? I think it's important in any leadership role, but particularly when you're trying to show them how they should be treating the people who are, spending their money with you, which is an honor. There are lots of places they can go spend their money. It doesn't have to be with you. That you sort of you respect that, and so giving that to the employee, I think, is the best way. It doesn't always land, and you have to, as an owner, you have to not let that change you, and know that there are just some people it's not going to get through to, and that's okay. But keep making sure that you're the ideal, if you will, in the organization.
Love that. Leading by example. I love that. I really want to thank Gladys and Jesse, and to those of you who have taken the time out of your busy days to make time for this, I hope you were able to get something out of this that you can apply and move forward and maybe step into entrepreneurship this year fully.